Hi, welcome to Hikate's Crossing. Hi, how are you? So let's see what we're doing today. We've got the Lenormand, we've got the Gilded Riviera, of course, we've got the Pagan Lenormand, we've got the Hikate's Crossing Lenormand, and we have Titiana's Fortune cards. And let's light. Hi, welcome. Just going to light the tea light and the incense. Hi, Googly Tube. Yeah, I'm just good vibes. Good vibes. Yeah, just trying to light all the incense and get everything all set. I was just cruising around and suddenly realized what the time was. It was like, panic. So, yeah. Nice deep breath. Oh, you set reminder to join live. That's a good idea. Yeah, I do that a lot sometimes, and sometimes it works, and sometimes depends on the notifications coming through. Sometimes they come through and then sometimes they don't. So this is a Lenormand deck that I created myself. It's available on Make Playing Cards. Well, I like this one because of the size. It's a little bit tinier than the other decks. You can see it's quite a lot smaller than this one here. Ooh, so let's see what today's energies. Okay, we've got Tau, which is all about isolation. Tau is about isolation. It can be also about law and ethics, formality, and being sort of higher up in the situation. So next card we have Ship, which is all about movement. It can also be about travel, but of course not a lot of travel going on at the moment because we're all in isolation, of course. So it could be a sense of progress, things moving ahead. Because we're all in isolation, could be about things moving ahead. And here we have Lily. Now, Lily can be about finding your inner peace. So being in isolation, things actually moving ahead can allow us to have a sense of inner peace within ourselves. We're not feeling so, even though there are people who may be feeling a little stressed and things like this, because we're actually in isolation and things are actually moving ahead, means that we can actually start to find some inner peace within ourselves. Yeah, if you want to. If you just want something more in depth, then it's a donation. But yeah, free. I'm doing free readings as well. Here I've got Clouds, which talks about a sense of confusion. Clouds can also be a sense of cleansing, clearing away, getting clarification in the situation. So maybe you're feeling a little confused. Maybe it's going to allow, because there's isolation, things are progressing. You're finally finding a piece of some sense of inner peace. Is going to bring a sense of clarification to the situation. So I generally do free readings. Oops. How does your future relationship look like with your partner? Now, this partner, are you in a actual relationship. You're in a relationship now with this partner. So this means that you're actually in a relationship with somebody at the moment. So you just want to know what the relationship will look like. Been in a relationship for 6 years, mostly long distance. Okay, so we've got a woman. So woman energy in regards to the relationship can just be about you. Okay, this woman energy can be about being receptive to what's going on for you at this moment. And we've got the clover here, and the clover is talking about things clearing, cleansing away, can be about things being lucky. So things are positive. It's a positive aspect. So when you accept with what's actually going on at this moment, it can bring in a sense of positivity coming through. So we've got the fox here. Now the fox can be talking about creativity, sly and cunning, but also about being opportunistic. But it can be a sense of being creative. So what do you need to do to be creative in the situation that's going on to allow you to move ahead? Okay, for allowing you to move ahead, how can you be creative when things are still quite positive, as long as you accept with what's going on at this moment? Here we have the rings. So the rings, of course, is a sense of commitment. So there definitely seems to be a commitment going on. And here you've got the lily card. Now the lily card can talk about sexual energy, but it's also about the inner peace going on. Lily can also speak about being able to relax, and definitely about moving through the energy with Hajakari. So that's really important for you. So I feel for you, Googly. Okay, this is you in the center, right? You and your partner. So here we've got you about being receptive. The woman energy is about being receptive in the situation. Things are quite positive. It's definitely about a sense of being clear, being concise about what you want, being quite clever in the energy that you actually want, and allowing you a sense of being creative in the energy. There is definitely a commitment, so maybe it's about being creative in the way that you can bring this commitment further. Okay, because it's about finding a sense of inner peace within yourself. So I feel like the relationship looks positive, definitely looks a lot more looks positive in overall energy. Just don't worry too much. It's getting like, I get a sense that if you worry too much, you'll push that goodness away, So just be careful that you don't, because the fox card can also talk about a sense of trouble and things like that coming through, clever, cunning, cunning energy where you're sort of trying to be a little bit mischievous in a way. Just be careful that that energy is not mischievous, that's the wrong word. It's a sense of being destructive just by thoughts and things can push that good luck away. So just be careful of that, because it is about your commitment to each other and about finding inner peace. So it's about enjoying each moment, being in the now, and yeah. So overall, see, the ring cards can definitely talk about a commitment in some way, definitely about a contract. So could be about a marriage, or could be something coming up and a bit more of a commitment. I don't know whether it's whether you're planning on getting married or anything like that, but there's definitely some sort of commitment still going on. Okay, and the lily is talking about the peace. It's about having inner peace. So I feel like everything's moving in the right direction. Okay, Googly? Right, Jakari. What's coming for the month of April? Okay, you've got delays and blocks going on. You've got a lot of having to use your voice. Okay, needing to communicate. You've got a man. Oh, you're welcome, Googling. Hi, Lady Blind Wolf. How are you? You understand it's ready? Oh, ready for marriage. Okay, okay. Okay, so there's definitely, Jakari, there's definitely some delays or some blocks. It is about you using voice. Now, there's some masculine energy coming into the situation for you into the month. And it's about being out in the open. This is the garden, the roadway. So it's about choices. It's about choices needing to be made, decisions needing to be made so that you can actually move ahead. Okay? So you've got the star here, and the star is definitely about what am I saying? Destiny. It's definitely about where you're headed. Okay, so it's about thinking about in which direction do you actually want to go, because the decisions are there. So it's asking you, are you where you want to be? Are you on the destiny where you want to be? You know, it's also could be about opening up your spiritual path as well. This could be about your spiritual path when you look at these two, the star and the road or path card here. These two here could be about opening up your spiritual path. Okay, so this guy could be about, even though you feel like there's blocks and delays into where you want to actually be, it's about using your voice and being quite strong in that way. And that's where I'm getting the man energy from here. If I put these two together, the man and the birds, I'm getting a sort of a strength in a way of being an active energy in regard to the path that you're taking. And it could be about a spiritual path going on for you. Okay, Jakari, could be about a spiritual path. Oh, see here we've got the ship here, which again is about travel, movement, progress. It's like you're developing spiritually on your journey. Okay. And here we've got things being revealed. It's like there's something hidden. Okay, maybe there's something that's hidden in within you. And I feel like you're going to awaken within yourself spiritually. So I feel like it's got a lot to do with your spiritual journey. This has a lot to do with your spirituality. So I hope that makes sense. Oh, yeah, makes sense, to be honest. Okay, Jakari, you're welcome. You're tired, Lady Blind Wolf. Yeah, I think everyone's sort of starting to feel it. Oh, you're welcome, Jakari. Well, by the way, for those that don't know, my first name is Paula. Hecate crossing actually came from a meditation where Hecate came through. And the business is Hecate's crossing, but the deity or the goddess I work with is Hecate. But that makes a difference. So this deck I've used is the deck that I created myself. This deck is available on Make Playing Cards with the rest of my tarot, oracle, and lotteria and playing cards. Oh, you're making worry dolls and witches. Oh, awesome. Wow, that's cool, Lady Blind Wolf. That's awesome. That'll be keeping me busy. Well, I have been enhancing my tarot in French. I did a French video, and I'm just going to practice a bit more. So each week I'm going to do one video in French for the tarot readings to practice. So that's my thing while we're in lockdown, is enhancing my French. I mean, I speak French a little bit anyway, but I wanted to do it with the tarot cards. So that's my thing, combining tarot with French. I've done one video. It is so cool, Lady Blind Wolf, to be making worry dolls. Hi, Woody. How's it going? It's going good. Yeah, just chilling, relaxing. So I'm just shuffling the Lenormand deck that I made myself. Just so you can see. Some of them are photos from the garden. Some are just, that one is, the trees one is. Lola. The tower was a photo, the plants, the sun, the letters, the moon. A heart. Oh, there's been some developments in your situation. Cool. Hope there's a positive development. You can email me if you want, Witty, or message me. Oh, it's a bit of both, good and bad. Woo. Insta, yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, Insta's good because I can see when you're on. And if you've replied, I haven't replied yet because I'm on here. And I was just resting a little bit beforehand. Nearly fell asleep about an hour or so ago, and luckily I woke up. Because I've been focusing on French all day, basically. Watching lots of French tarot videos and general French videos. I'm just trying to sort of put the meanings of le feu and le balture. Et le papis. Une nouvelle commence avec le fou. That's a little bit of French. The fall with new beginnings. C'est jeune, young. Il est jeune. He is young. Étudiant, student. Oh, I remember some words. I should remember some of the, I did do Lenormand in French. I should remember some of those. L'arbre, nuage, l'être, encre, le soleil, la lune, le nunce, l'omine, souris, le renard, quoi. La maison, l'oiseau, le chien, plaît. De tout. Maison de Dieu. Le bateau. Et les enfants. L'enfant. Lenormand français. Oh, so I don't know who's around or what's happening or who wants to put the message. I'm just shuffling the cards. I know I'm going to do a spread. Right, let's do one of the spreads from the Pagan Lenormand book. Let's have a look. Okay, 1. I have to remember that this is upside down. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 1, we begin with the house. So it could be to do with a partner's house, a friend, somebody else's house. Okay. Then you have the person, the partner needing to, maybe you need to speak to the partner, or the partner needs to speak up. Okay, or maybe, and then you've got the speaking up creates this friendship or this sense of loyalty to the situation, and with the loyalty comes the contract, and the contract, the connection to the house. Yep. Cool. Witty, I'll check afterwards. Going through something. Okay. I'll deal with it. I'll do it afterwards for you. Lady Blind Wolf. Yes, of course you can have a general fees. Okay. Lady Blind Wolf. Let's have a look. What have we got for you today? Let's have a look. Okay. So, oops. We've got speaking, communication. What else can birds? Oh, chatter, gossip. Yeah, definitely about communication, chatter. Okay, so we've got the whip here as well. Now the whip came through, and the whip to me is normally about quarrels or disappointments. So there might be some gossip or some communication, and maybe you're feeling a little bit, I want to say depressed or a little bit upset about what's being spoken about. So it is there about got the mountains here. So you've got the birds, the whip, the mountains, and the ring. Okay, so here we've got this gossip. It's talking about communication, and the whips can be normally about quarrels. So maybe there is a quarrelly disagreement in some way. Okay, and it's causing some blocks to the situation. So maybe it's causing some blocks. And it's really sort of asking you to, with the rings can be a sense of promise or a commitment to the situation. Maybe the commitment to break down those blocks or those barriers can be in a way. So we know that there's been a little bit, maybe there's a little bit of disagreement or stuff going on, a little bit of conflict, maybe feeling like that is a possibility. Yeah, I'm sort of getting the sense of maybe you feel like things are being repeated in with conversation as well. Maybe you've got some communication that's being repeated constantly, and for that case, it's feeling like it's blocked. The disappointment, something's definitely blocked or delayed in the situation. But I feel like the rings with the commitment, the rings are going to break down that barrier. Let's see if I've got anything else in regards to this block. Oh, there we go. Yes, it's got the heart there. So again, it's about that commitment, that love is going to break down those barriers, those quarrels and disappointments. It feels like everything's going to be sorted through in regards to the situation. Oh, here we go. And here we've got the anchor. And the anchor is about staying grounded. Definitely feeling like everything's being grounded into the situation. You've got to it's going to get to the root of the situation. It feels like everything's going to be a-okay. So even though there might have been some disappointments or some arguments or some quarrels and things that have been a bit heavy, it is going to allow allowed you to sort of move through that process and really sort of open up to something better, where you're going to feel like you're staying grounded, the promises and things. Oh, thanks, Woody. You don't forget to like the video. It really helps when you do that, when you like the videos. So, Lady Blind Wolf, hope that sort of helps dealing with whatever's going on for you at this time. That it's going to be a-okay. It's going to sort itself out with whatever's happening at this moment. I feel like I'm just going to, Lady Blind Wolf, I'm just going to do you an Echoes of Nature card. It's about finding inspiration. You've got gathering inspiration here in the Echoes of Nature. So this shows a stream that's full of rocks, and there's different pathways that you can follow or that have brought the water down. There's some different pathways that have actually brought the water down, the waterfallish sort of, it's only a small waterfall, into the still water that's underneath it. So there's like lots of different islands. It feels like lots of different islands within the water as well. Lots of trees, and it's very autumn coloured. Oh, it makes sense. Awesome. That's cool. Oh, that's good, Witty. I'm so pleased, Lady Blind Wolf, that made sense for you. That's cool. So that's cool. For you and guidance. Okay, Witty, be right back. Okay. Oh, I'm pleased that helped, Lady Blind Wolf. That's awesome. So whoever's here, welcome, welcome. If you'd like some guidance, I'm using the Lenormand Cards. This is a deck that I actually made myself. It's available on Make Playing Cards, as with my other tarot and oracle decks, and Lotteria cards and playing cards. The playing cards actually have New Zealand skies. The tarot and oracle cards, some of them have my own digital art one set of tarot and oracle cards actually have the artwork that I did on black paper with pastels, and then there's some ones that I did with just imagery that I got offline. So yeah, some things a bit different. Don't forget to like and ring the bell. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Don't forget to check out my links on my channel. You'll see the links to my blog. You'll see the link to Instagram and Twitter, which will keep you up to date as well. And you can also find links to Unseen Alley for a private reading if you wish to. You can go through my blog if you want, no big deal, either way. Also available is, you'll see the link to make playing cards, of course. So there you are. Okay, so while I'm here, I'm actually going to do a reading for the collective, but I'm going to use the Echoes of Nature. Don't forget that Tarot Oracle only has a few decks left. I'm not sure how many he has left, because I'm sure that they're selling quite quickly. He does also have if you order the deck as well, he started a series on his channel too with the cards. So let's see what messages we've got with this deck. Let's see. What card can we think about today? Playfulness. Don't forget to have some fun. Okay, having fun is so important. It's about surfing the waves. Now, I don't get that as surfing the waves. I do a little bit of surfing the internet in a way. I'm talking about just doing something maybe you haven't tried before. Maybe going somewhere you haven't tried before. Might be quite important. So have some fun. Might be just talking about having some fun. We've got a lot, this is a bit of a journey ahead. Might be days, might feel like a long time. It's about being in control of your journey as well, being in control of what you're doing. Super important. And here we've got, maybe this might be a time for you to do some learning, developing within oneself as well. So this may be a time for you to be in control and actually learn something new. Stand in your own personal power. Might be time for you just to stand still and allow yourself to acknowledge your journey, what's been going on, and allowing yourself that chance to really acknowledge what you've been through and who you are as an individual. Because you've got some opportunities coming. That seems to be coming up quite a lot. There is something big coming, something big and developing within one's own journey. So that's a cool reading for today with the Echoes of Nature. I like to, while we're just sitting here, and I know I'm doing readings using the Lenormand, but I also like to have a look and see what the other decks have to say. So I'm also using the Spanish Tarot. So let's have a look and see. Okay, you've got the page of the Knave of Wands. Knave of Wands. So maybe a message is coming in some way. There could be a message, or it could be a sense of enthusiasm and motivation, drive. Here you've got the Five of Discs, 5 of Coins, 5 of Pentacles. This is for me a sense of being led out of the cold, allowing you to overcome any conflicts or struggles you might have with your health or your finances at this time. So the motivation and the drive to actually allow yourself to come out of this sense of, I feel like the sense of success coming out of the not feeling as though you're you're not very prosperous or anything at this time. It's allowing yourself to come out of that situation, which is super important. Here you've got the King of Spades. King of Spades to me is a sense of someone who's coming into life and being quite practical, but being very logical and analyzing the situation. Might be finding that they're doing a lot of thinking about how they can solve any problems or any issues, and it could be in relating to these ideas and these suggestions help you through your finances. Okay, so they might have some good advice. And here you've got the Page of Cups, and so you've got this youth coming in, or this youthful energy, and it could be about you being easily wounded by what's being said. Don't take what he says too personal. Don't take the advice as a criticism. It's only there to help you and guide you with what you need financially at this time. Okay, could be really important for you to, financially or within your sense of security or health, or it's allowing you, that person that's coming in and saying, they've got a solution for you. Don't take it personal. They're just trying to help you and trying to be practical and logical in the situation. So that's the Spanish tarot. Ooh. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. I'm not sure who's here who wants a reading or some guidance. It's very quiet. Can't wear my glasses for long. Start with my head. Because they're only for close up, so I can't look at the screen or anything like that. They're only for reading the cards or the book. So yeah, interesting. So let's have a look at the Tarot de Marseille. So let's see what the Tarot de Marseille has for us today. Oh, first card is the Chariot. Success, triumph. Lucia. Success. It's all about direction. It's all about being focused on the direction you're going so that you have success in what you want to do. Here you've got the 10. So it feels like everything's sort of coming together. It's a sense of unity, a sense of wholeness within oneself. It's like you've been given a new opportunity. When you have success, it brings you new opportunities to where you want to be. And here again, you've got the 10 of Swords. So here I've got a sense of a lot of opportunities coming, and it also brings in, when new opportunities are coming, it also means asking you to sort of end something else as well. Could be in a way. So as you're focusing on the direction that you actually want to go, you're bringing in success. It gives you a sense of wholeness. It gives you opportunities, but it also asks that you let something go. You end something. Something needs to end. Okay. And then you've got this Knave of Wands. And again, you've got this opportunity with motivation, maybe bringing in a new message for you. Up to you whether you listen to it or not, of course. Totally up to you. And you've got the 9 of Cups here. So you feel like there's some things gaining in your life, okay? It's happening maybe behind the scenes. You might not be seeing what's actually going on. All about, and it's like you're moving through into a new level of awareness within your emotions as well. To be moving into new levels of awareness within your emotions. So there you are. That's the message using the Tapo de Marseille. Tapo de Marseille. So that's cool. So let's see. Tiana's fortune cards. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, we've got some trouble going on. Feels like there's some trouble. Okay, and with the snake, sense of betrayal, maybe it's asking you to be cautious in everything that's going on. With female cards, you've got this sense of being receptive. Receptive to what's acknowledging. It's about acknowledging what's actually going on regards to the needing to be cautious. Okay, it's about being, I feel it's about being cautious about being out in public. Okay, it's like you just need to be safe, basically. It's also about acknowledging, okay, acknowledging your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations, and where you're actually leaded to as well. You know, where does this actually lead you? What's actually, what dreams are you having? What are your actual hopes in regards to what's actually going on about you staying safe as well? And again, you've got that sense of isolation. Maybe you're moving to a higher level of awareness. There could be a sense of formality, law and ethics. I'm trying to think with law and ethics coming up. So maybe there might be some law stuff going on. Maybe it's about being ethical. It's about being ethical about what's actually going on, because you've got this asking you to be cautious, acknowledging what's actually going on and being cautious about it. And this could be about being out in public, okay? So again, you've got the sense of actually about being ethical about what's actually going on, allowing you to be ethical about about your hopes and what's actually going, and what you can actually do for as you move ahead. I think that's really important. So there we are. Just really quick. Let's look at the gilded. Okay, oh, we've got snake again. Again, you've got that sense of being cautious. Ooh, and that's about your what burdens, being cautious is maybe weighing you down a little bit. Okay, and again, you've got that feminine energy. So who's coming in? Is that you being feminine energy, or is that someone that's around you that's worrying and being cautious and again feeling weighed down? So maybe there's a somebody that's female in your life who feels very weighed down by what's actually going on at the moment. Could be about stress and anxiety and things like that. So it's about giving them some love and support is so important, some balance within the relationship. And again, allowing them a sense of friendship. This could be a sense of romance, a sense of gifts coming up. So you've got this woman who's very worried and very stressed and everything about going on, feeling very weighed down. So it's about giving them some love and maybe about giving them a little bit of a gift to lift their spirits. Okay, that could be something that you could be doing, lifting their spirits with what's going on for them at this time. So there you are. So let's have a look at the pagan Lenormand. Ooh. So what card just flew out? Oh, couple cards. Okay, you got the two men. So maybe this is a relationship that involves two. Could be about being in a same sex, same sex relationship, which is cool. Okay, so you're in a relationship with someone. Okay, you're of the same sex. So that's okay. So let's see what it says about that. Ooh, pulling the cards out. So, okay, there could be some delays to the progress, to what's actually going on. There could be some delays or some blocks to the progress, to the travel, could be some delays to a travel. Maybe you guys have organised, this relationship. So maybe you've organised a trip or something, and of course it's being delayed at this time. This trip's been delayed. Okay, so you've got this relationship which you want to do, and you want to travel and go ahead, but there has been some delays to the situation. But soon there may be some good news in some way. Could be something different. Could be something quite exciting. So it feels like even though there's some blocks or delays to this trip actually going on, seems like there's going to be some good news coming up. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, could be some good news. Okay, and here we've got the stork as well. So that's sort of reinforcing the rider here. I feel like the stork is with the sense of the new beginnings, fresh starts. It feels like something new coming up, relocation. So it feels like even though you've planned this trip or this sense of movement and sense of travel, it feels like some good news, some things are going to change, things are going to happen maybe the way that you want them to. Okay, so there's definitely a relocation in some way, or definitely an announcement, good news in what's actually going to happen. So even though there's been a block and a delay, and here we've got this commitment coming up, this sense of a relationship, a promise, a contract. It feels like there is definitely a promise. So I feel like a promise is going to be fulfilled in the situation. So that's really interesting when you look at that. You've got this you've got two guys here in a relationship of some sort. Maybe a trip was promised, but there's delays. Okay, so here we've got this news, exciting news coming. Definitely an announcement, definitely a movement in the situation, a progress, and it's definitely going to be like the promise is going to be fulfilled. So that's awesome. So there you've got a few spreads. So something may resonate with you, something or may or may not resonate. But that's all cool. So it's all about looking at the cards and going, yes, that resonates, or no, it does not. If it resonates, great. If not, look at something else. Maybe one of the other messages might resonate. Oh, nobody witty. Just doing a whole lot of random spreads with all the different decks. Just collective, just maybe somebody who's going to watch this later, it might resonate with or may not. I just do lots of them. You'll notice it through a lot of my videos. I'll do lots of random readings for people, and they're not necessarily for anyone in particular, just for whoever watches the video back at some stage. It might just resonate with whoever. So I do lots and lots of little spreads with the different cards, different decks I've got. So I've gone through and done Echoes of Nature, Spanish Tarot, Tarot de Marseille, Titiana's Fortune cards, the Gilded Riviera Lenormand, and the, of course, my Cato's Crossing Lenormand, plus the Pagan Lenormand as well. So I just like to do lots of little spreads, and so whoever sees them, if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Just be somebody will watch it and go, oh my God, that makes so much sense for me right now. It doesn't matter when they watch it. They could watch it 6 months down the track. It doesn't matter. The card readings that are for the collective can be for any time, not necessarily right now. The message could be for somebody later on, and that's okay. So that's one thing I love about the different readings. Even when I do the collective readings, it doesn't have to resonate for everybody. It'll resonate for someone, whoever gets to watch it at some stage. So I think people have to remember that not all the readings will resonate all the time, and that's okay. Don't expect them to resonate with everybody all the time, because we're all different, we're all individuals, and we're all moving at different paces. So let's look at the Sibylla cards. Oops, that's me being clumsy. Okay, Sibylla. Ooh, transformation. Definitely some endings going on here. Okay, so the first one we have here is melancholy. So someone's not feeling 100%. Someone's not feeling well. And yet they're being cared for and loved by someone else. Okay, and that's going to give them hope. So when you care for somebody who's not feeling very well, it does give them hope. You know, whether that's just doing something small for them, helping them out, maybe going to get their groceries, mowing lawns, or just whatever they need, that's going to be really, really helpful. Here we've got, it's a gift. It's a gift. Doing something that's nice as a gift for somebody. Oh, a terrible read. These are really bad. Oh, being consistent too. You know, if you promise to do something for somebody, then do it. Don't be ending. Don't allow yourself to end that situation. Don't allow you to feel like things are stopping. That's what I get with this here. You know, keep your promises, keep your gifts, be consistent with it, and just be careful that you don't allow the ending of it. Can be quite important. It feels like something could stop all of a sudden because things get a little bit tough. But that's just reminding you to sort of keep going, because people really appreciate it when you give them a gift or be kind and be supportive. Okay, it gives them hope. Yeah, we're all at different vibrations too, Witter, you're right. So I just like doing the different decks and having a look at different messages. It makes the video maybe a little bit more interesting. And oh my God, it's been nearly an hour again, and I haven't got that much left for the month, so I'm going to have to start using a different program. Sure. A general reader. Sure. Yes, of course. Let's have a look. Okay. Ooh, commitment. That's interesting. You've got partner, rings, and anchor. Feels like you've made a real clear decision. It's like you're not waffling anymore, because it talks about commitment and staying grounded. The moon, stalk, ooh, and peace, inner peace with oneself. You've got the stalk there that talks about definitely an announcement of something, a birth. Okay, wait until I receive the message. Okay. And I've got the moon, which again is talking about what aspires, you know, it talks about hope. So you've got peace and hope here, with that sense of announcements, things happening, news in some way. So here, interesting here with the partner you've got the rings, which talks about commitment in some way. And it talks about you being committed, being grounded, staying grounded. It's like you've made a real clear decision about where you actually want to be, you know, what commitment you've made to your journey, which is super important. It's like it's given you a sense of inner peace within yourself as well. with the site, you know, with the news and everything, and it's giving a sense of the what did I say? I forgot what I actually said. Dreams, about your hope, of course, definitely about hope. So the stalk, yeah, it's about a new beginning, a fresh start. That's what I was trying to think. My mind just went blank for a second. Fresh start. So it feels like the piece is giving you a fresh start, something new. Interesting. Oh, dog, loyalty, friendships, building, woman. Okay. And clover. Wow, what positive cards. This is a real positive reading. Like it's talking about loyalty, peace with the partner. You've got this, again, you've got the woman coming through energy with having this sense of, I just keep getting like a birth of something new, something definitely new happening. And then you've got this contract, this commitment in some way, commitment to whatever's going on. You've got good luck happening. You've got dreams and hopes, that sort of stuff, and staying grounded. Your hopes with your ex-wife were dashed today. Well, it feels like something else must be coming up. I think it's like I think you've known all along, and knowing that you've made that something new. I didn't necessarily mean like with her. But it feels like something positive's on the horizon. So I still feel like there's somebody else out there for you. So it's your hopes and that, like you might think that it's with, it's because I got the news today. Okay, I'll read the message. Oh, okay. Let me read the message. Just give me a second. I don't want you to do too much on here. Oh, okay. So it's more about, okay. Okay. I get it. Okay. Oh, did I just drop one of the cards? Oh, there it is. Okay. The woman might actually be your daughter. Not necessarily, like, it's not necessarily the child. So that might have been about that. Might be more about your daughter. So her coming to be with you. It starts to make sense. Yeah. If you think about it, so it could be to do with your daughter. And that's going to be the good thing about it. But there could be somebody else in the long term for your, well, you know, further down the track, which is why it's still coming up. Because of, it's like getting that information that you got today allows you to make a clean start within your brain, right? I don't want to say too much online. Okay, so it's like you clear your head in a way. So it might be about her coming to you, which now gives you a clean, fresh start, okay, to start fresh in your journey. and it could be involving with definitely another. It could be another woman. Okay. Oh God, what is it? It just came up. Okay, so that could be something about. Okay, Woody. So just I feel like something better is on its horizon. It's like you're going to make peace with it. Okay, and things are going to move in the right direction, because it is about being loyal to yourself as well, and loyal to your daughter. I think that's really important. So the woman, how old you? I was told a blonde might be in my future. Ah, interesting. Okay. Well, there you go. So maybe somebody else will come into your life. I feel like somebody else, when everything's sort of sorted and calmed down a little bit, you know, this won't be straight away, of course, but with your daughter coming to you, I think that's a fresh start. If you're, you don't want to say too much. Yeah, you are loyal. Yeah, I know. This might be about you being loyal to yourself, though, and your daughter's your world here. So I think it's more about her coming to stay with you, and I feel like you're going to then feel like you're going to move on to something better. So yeah, just focus on your daughter and you right now, and then oh, hi Karumu, hi Shada. No, you can. I'm doing free readings as well, but if you want to, yeah. Thanks, Winnie. No fee, just donation if you want to. Yeah, it's totally. I'm just doing Lenormand readings, so they're pretty quick. So I'm not charging for them like I always like to do a few free readings. It's just introducing people to what I do. I mean, I do normally do private readings as well, but I'm not stressed out about doing too many readings at the moment. It's all good. Oh, what's the difference between Lenormand and Tarot? Okay, Lenormand cards are 36 cards that are created, here we go, with specific concepts. Each card has a specific concept. So it doesn't matter what deck I pick up, each card holds exactly, each card holds exactly the same message. Doesn't matter which deck it comes from. It's Pagan Lenormand, Chero's deck, Titiana's Fortune deck, and a deck that I made myself. So it doesn't matter if it's mountain in this deck, mountain in this one, this one, or this one, doesn't matter. They all mean delays or blocks. Yeah, so do I, Witty. So yeah, that's what the Lenormand is, okay? It's 36 cards. Lenormand is always only 36 cards, basically. I know there are some expansion decks, but a Lenormand deck is basically 36 cards, and each card, doesn't matter what deck it is, they're numbered exactly the same. Like you'll always find the Rider is number 1, Clover's number 2. So it doesn't matter what deck, it's exactly the same. Oh no, you didn't interrupt the reading. It's okay. We're fine. Don't worry, Shada. Oh, sad, Witty. We'll talk about it in we'll talk about it in IG later. So yeah, Shader. So this is a Lenormand deck. Okay, so that's 36 cards, always numbered 1 to 36. 1 is Rider, 36 is Cross. There's always a man and woman and a child card. Man's means man, woman means woman, basically, and child means child, or it can mean something small. So they're not. It's not about using, like with tarot. Now tarot, there's 3 systems. Okay, tarot, you're going to find the Tarot de Marseille type decks. Okay, Tarot de Marseille is the traditional deck that sort of started in about 1700s, basically. They did sort of start off a bit earlier, but as a thing. Yes, Shada, they're more direct, like playing cards, or Kipper, Beline, Sibylla, yeah, that sort of thing. So tarot, again, you've got the 78 cards with tarot, of course, and a little bit more intuition. There's different ways to read them. You can read them with whether you're reading Tarot de Marseille, Rider-Waite-Smith type decks, or Thoth, because there's 3 styles with tarot, of course. And you're a little bit more flexible in the way tarot can be used. They can be used as set meanings, but they can also be used with numerology and suits. They're used a little bit more with their intuition. Lenormand, not so much. I know there are some readers that do use their intuition with Lenormand, but Lenormand's much more direct. Okay, and the tarot, like I said, you've got this one here is 1751. It's a Claude Vidal. This is a Spanish tarot, and this was 1736. That's when they were first created. The Rider-Waite-Smith created in 1910, and the Thoth was actually designed or painted in 1940s, but they weren't printed until 1968, I think. And they were created in a more esoteric. The Thoth tarot is more esoteric, so they're much more about the astrology aspects, the Kabbalah, and Hebrew aspects as well are usually included in the Thoth decks. Yeah, my collection grows. I'm a bit of a tarologist in that I study tarot, teach tarot, mentor tarot, I read tarot. My project for myself at the moment is to learn the tarot, but in French, to learn tarot in French. I do speak French, but I'm not really confident in doing a reading in French, so I'm starting to expand in that area. So that will be interesting as well. So this is a Spanish tarot, and you can see that it's quite, the colors are quite beautiful. This is not this is a reproduction, of course. It's not a original deck, of course. I actually began working with tarot 20 plus years ago. I started working with tarot, and I actually started with the Native American tarot deck by Magda Beck Gonzalez. And that one is quite unique, and it carries the teachings of the Native Americans as well. So that was my first sort of tarot deck I started to do, and then I sort of started to move in different directions from there. So tonight is all about Lenormand, and yeah, they do very direct messages, and I've just been sort of sharing. I do a lot of collective readings, so I don't know who the readings are actually for. They're just cards that come out, and I'll just give a message, and someone may look back on the video at some stage and go, oh my God, I so resonate with that, or whatever. So that's basically what I've been doing. Okay, another system that I was just saying about was the Sibylla cards. Okay, you have tarot and you have playing cards. Okay, playing cards. One good thing I like about playing cards. What playing cards do you actually have, Shada? Let me just grab some of my playing cards. Oh, there's playing cards that I made. Right. Playing cards. Oh, you got, oh, good. Selenite's great. I always have selenite around my decks anyway. I love selenite. Oops, moved it a bit high. Got selenite there. Okay, playing cards. Okay, there's different ways you can work with playing cards, okay? So, playing cards, you can choose between doing like a Romani method, reading playing cards. Or like toy, doesn't matter if the toy ones. Don't stress about that. I'll show you some of the playing cards I've got. Okay, this has got New Zealand back to it, but they're just plain on the inside. Okay, and I use them for reading. It's one of the first ones that I had a long time ago for reading. I like this. It's just playing cards, right? That's one deck. This one here, another little plain one. Nothing very fancy. Okay, just normal playing cards. Okay, there's different ways of reading the playing cards, of course. You can read them like the Romani method. Okay, now with the Romani method, they have specific meanings for each card, and it takes a little bit of learning to get that. Or you could learn them with the suit, like in the spades, the diamonds, the clubs, and then the numerology of it. Okay, so learn the quickest way, the easiest way to learn playing cards. Okay, if you really want to learn them quite comfortably, is to learn them with the numerology with the suit. So, for example, oh, here's one of my other decks. Look, it's got skulls, but it's just skulls on the back, and they're just normal playing cards. Okay, so those are quite cool, right? So basically you could go 3 of spades. Okay, spades to me is very much about your intellect. Okay, it's about your communication. 3 is about trials and tribulations, or 3s can also be about expansion and growth. So maybe so this could be your 3 of spades could be about expanding and growing, overcoming any trials that you've got at the moment in regards to thoughts and ideas. Okay, so then you've got the 9 of clubs. 9 of clubs could be as a sense of initiation. So you're moving into a new level of awareness. Okay, you're moving into something, and it's to do with the clubs. So that's about clubs are desires and passion and creative energy, right? Creative energy. So here you've got this idea of expanding and growth within maybe your mental thoughts. And here you're moving into a new level of awareness. You're moving into something a bit different. Maybe you're moving into a new creative project, something that's allowing you to move ahead. Okay. You've got 5. 5 is about creating a bit of magic. Okay, so 5 is creating a little bit of magic, and it's about the heart. So maybe you're creating a little bit of magic within your love or within your relationships, because hearts is also about relationships. It's about how you manage those relationships and how you love and emotions, feelings, and things like that. So 5 of hearts could be about creating a little bit of magic within the love or the passion. Not so much passion, it's more romance. Okay, it's not like the clubs, which is more passionate. This is more romantic, more gentle love, more emotional in that way, but it's not intense like that is. So that's what you can sort of start to do. I think the easiest way of learning the cards, cartomancy, is look at the numerology and look at the suit. Okay, that's the easiest way of learning the cards. Okay, doing it that way. The other way you can do with learning playing cards is to use them like you would tarot. Okay, so you do them as you would the minor arcana. So like the 3 of, like the tarot suits, you can do. Oh, I don't know, I've ripped that. Okay. You can do them like tarot, but like I said, you can either do them like the Romani or the numerology, or you can do them like you would with tarot. Okay, so you do like 3 of spades would be heartbroken. 9 of clubs would be a sense of perseverance. coming in. Okay, so yeah, you could use the playing cards like, you can either do them completely different. Hi, Patsy. Or do them. Sorry, Patsy, I didn't see you had been sort of talking about tarot and totally lost it. Yeah, shader. Definitely you can do them like tarot if you want to, or you can do them with the numerology, and that. It just makes them different. I like to do them a bit different when I'm doing readings, but I'm not doing them exactly the same as tarot. Now, what you can do is you can get Romani method. It's a certain way of reading the cards. They have certain meanings for each card in that way. To do Romani means each card has its own meaning, but it takes a lot of learning. It's not something that can be learned quickly. It's quite a development. The other way is you can get cards, playing cards that actually have pictures on them. Like these are planets. So you could do them like as though you're reading about the planet. Okay? So these ones here are about planets. So that's something I want to study. Okay? So this is called Amazing Sights in the Night Sky. Okay? Then you have, then I have also, this one's about constellations. So you could include constellations in your playing cards as well. So you'll find playing cards will have like Alice in Wonderland. There's playing cards with Leonardo da Vinci. There's playing cards with all sorts of characters. Oh, the Golden Girls, music. These ones have got constellations on it. So when they have playing cards with pictures, that gives you another level. Hi, Moonbeam. How are you? So playing cards. Oh, here we've got the Pink Floyd. So yeah. Again, you can use the images like an oracle deck. Yeah, Golden Guild's playing cards. They've got a Golden Guild's tarot deck coming out too. Maybe I shouldn't have told you that. So yeah, playing cards. So I've created a playing card set that's got New Zealand skies on this one. But this deck's mine. It's from my digital art, and I just put the meanings on it. So when you do the Romani cards, you've got things like Eight of Hearts, strong emotional attachment, good news, and holiday. Ten of Spades is temporary disappointment and worry, Joker. Five of Hearts, misunderstandings come from the heart. This is Six of Diamonds, check details on paperwork, avoid commitment. Six of Hearts is harmony in friendships, good news awaits. Ace of Hearts is new relationship, intuition, and trust. Two of Clubs is disappointment, reflection needed. So yeah. So yeah, there's lots you can do with playing cards. You can decide which method suits you, how you want to read them. I always suggest you have a journal with you, Shader. If you're learning the cards and whatever method you decide to do, you can definitely choose a deck that resonates. Right, Moonbeam. Whoa. Okay, Snake. Snake, we have a sense of being needing to be cautious. Can talk about trouble. Snakes can talk about a sense of betrayal as well. Maybe you're feeling a bit betrayed at this moment, Moonbeam. Okay, it talks about being cautious. The rings have come up. Rings have come up a lot today about commitments, marriage, coming together. Books can talk about secrets, things hidden, things being private. This is interesting. I mean, scary. Here we've got peace, the man, and good news. Okay, and the stork can talk about fresh start, new beginnings. So here we've got the sense of trouble and things hidden and stuff like that, but the commitment, and that seems to override all that, and it brings a sense of peace to the situation. Okay, brings a sense of peace to the situation, and it does talk about a sense of a fresh start and new beginnings. So even though things may have been difficult at one stage, is that right? Do you feel like things were quite difficult, things were hidden, but it feels like the commitment, everything sort of brought everything out into the open and everything's all okay. You've got this inner peace, okay, and it feels like a fresh start. So I feel something quite positive. Oh, okay, that's from people around you. Okay, you're right, from people around you. Okay, cool. But about him, so there might be people causing trouble. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, I'm pleased that it's able to make some sense for you. It's always a bit of a thing. So yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. Shader, do you still want to ask about approaching tarot and stuff? Because I don't mind continuing. We talked about playing cards. Well, I'm pleased that helped. Could I get an open message? Oh, you're still here, Akato? Brilliant. Okay, Shader, let's do this reading for you. You want an open message with a lot of effort. I'm slowly moving forward, and you haven't felt like you've done this in a good while. Okay, Shader. Okay. Oh, your flow. Good luck, money. And we've got heart. We've got positive energy coming through. So we've got a lot of love coming in. Okay, so there seems to be a flow of love, a flow of energy. Now, I don't necessarily mean it in a romantic sense. It seems like there's a lot of people around you who are there for you, and they're really giving unconditionally to you. A sense of unconditional love I'm getting from that. Wow, you've got the Sun card coming in. So the Sun card is about joy and love and happiness. And I feel like the Sun can also talk about success. I feel like there's a success. There's positive energy coming through for you, a sense of power and happiness. So yeah, with the love, the relationships and that around you, there is definitely a flow of love coming in, and it's bringing a sense of happiness to you. You know, I feel like you've got a lot of support and stuff going on. Now, the partner card coming through now, I don't know whether that's a romantic partner or just like a partner and someone who supports you, whether that's a business partner or someone around you that's just going to help you, guide you, things like that. A partner can be in so many different ways. A partner doesn't necessarily need to be romantic. Okay, a partner can just be somebody in your life who's there to support you and guide you. And it talks about your progress. So I feel a very positive progress in what you're doing, and definitely a movement ahead, which is super, super important. It's about staying grounded, really super important, and about allowing yourself to be open. I get a sense of opening with this garden card. Garden card or park can be meaning sort of like being out in the public. The unconditional love scares you a little bit. It's hard to accept. Well, it's about opening yourself up to that, okay? Because it's going to bring you joy, happiness. It's going to allow you to stay grounded as well. And it's going to allow to help with your progress as you open yourself up. With the garden card, I'm getting a lot about opening yourself up. It's about, can be about being in a public place as well. But I feel it's very much about opening yourself up to being open, being out there. Okay, so that's really important for you to know about the love of energy that's coming through. Now, the unconditional love can come from many aspects, okay? Could be just somebody who's just giving to you unconditionally, be there for you, supportive, helpful. They're not expecting anything in return. They just want you to accept it. They just want you to accept, and you'll find your happiness and your joy. Okay, so you have got people around that are supporting you. They want to be there for you, but you have to accept it. Okay, you just have to stand in the moment and just go, yep, this is what I need. Whew. Okay, so there we are. So what questions did you want to ask Tarot? Okay, I talked about the Tarot de Marseille and the Spanish Tarot, talked about the different with the Rider-Waite. So what tarot deck do you actually have, Shada? Yep, definitely, Shada, definitely. Well, I'm getting hot with that energy. I find that when I do a lot of readings, I get very hot. Right, Shada, what? Oh, you're welcome, you're welcome. Now, let's have a look at the Rider-Waite and the Thoth Tarot. Okay. So I talked about different systems, right, with tarot. So I don't normally use Rider-Waite, so I ended up just buying the secrets of tarot. Okay, so I bought the secrets of tarot, a bit upside down. The decks are a bit different. It is a recent deck, of course, because it's not, even though it Rider-Waite Smith was created in 1910, and of course I don't have that particular deck. Of course, I don't have any of the 1970s that you'll find a lot of people have. They don't have the traditional Rider-Waite Smith type cards or Pamela Coleman Smith. It's just Secrets of Tarot. It's sort of, I do have the universal, but it's so tiny I'm not going to use it right now. So just use the secret. This is sort of like similar image to the Rider-Waite Smith. And then we have the Thoth. Hi, Isabella. Okay, so you have the Rider-Waite Smith. Okay, because that's the Thoth, right? So let's put aside the Thoth, the Spanish Tarot, or the Marseille type decks. Okay, they're all the same. Let's look at the Rider-Waite Smith, right? So what you want to understand is how readings are not always linear, and would like to understand how to view them in an intuitive manner. You've got the Arthur-Waite. Okay, for me, when I'm looking at the cards, let's look at the Knight of Swords. Okay, you've got the Knight of Swords, and he's rushing ahead. So what I suggest when you look at the cards, look at what the character's actually doing. He's got his arm up with a sword. He's got a battle cry, so to speak. It's like telling a story about what the card's actually doing. So that's what I tend to do, is I go, oh, look, he's rushing ahead. He's got his sword up. He's ready with a battle cry. So, you know, have you made a plan? Have you strategized? Have you allowed yourself to allow yourself to make a plan, strategize, maybe take a moment to take a breath, take a step back and not rush ahead. You know, even though this card is rushing ahead, you do sometimes have to take a step back and make sure that you've made your plans, made your things going on. What else? Well, you look at the full. Youthful energy. He's stepped out of the void, out of the darkness into the light. You know, he's got the sun around him. You know, so this takes time. If you're interested, Shader, if you go to my channel, you'll see a link to my blog. If you link to my blog, you'll find the tarot section. And in the tarot section, it will have a learning tarot part. Okay, when you go into the learning tarot, there's lots of information for you to check out about how you can use the cards intuitively by looking at the image. What's the character doing? What colors stand out? Who's with the character? What's he wearing? What's he actually carrying? What's in the background? What can you actually see? How does the card make you feel? You can look on my blog too. There's a link to chapter 8 of my ebook, Working with Tarot, and you know, the tarot section, and it gives you a meditation to step into the card. So when you step into the card, what does the Fool actually say to you? Oh no, no, you're welcome, you're welcome. Look, there's so much that you can do with the tarot, and working it out and seeing what they all mean as you start. Also, another thing too, Shader, is when you're learning tarot, look at all the, you know, have a chance, have a notebook, write down people or tarot readers that you've looked at how they read. Have a look at Tarot Oracle. Okay, Tarot Oracle is absolutely fantastic in the way he reads intuitively. Now he does readings now he's in Texas. Okay, so I know it's about 6:30, I think, his time approximately. Now he does it at the same time every night. He does tarot readings. Okay, now he is absolutely brilliant in the way he reads intuitively. If you look at how other readers read and have a look, let's see who else shows the cards. Mystical Cats, Dr. Mystical, he's really good. There's quite a few different readers that you'll see read online. That's one reason why I like to show the cards and tell you the cards that I'm reading, because I read the way I read, even though I might, when I'm doing really quick readings, because I know the cards so well, because I've been reading. Hi, Kitty's Corner Recovery Road Tarot. Oh, that's a long name, Kitty's Corner. How are you? How's everybody been? How you been, Isabella? And Kissy, how you all been? Oh, my throat's starting to, better be careful, because I've been on for an hour and a half, so I need to watch that time, because my time's going to disappear on me. I'm going to have to use different programs for doing my next lot of videos for next week. Right. So here we have, so we're looking at 10 of Cups, and 10 of Cups to me is always about a family, a unity, coming together, hope. The rainbow speaks of hope, you know. So just look at what, you know, so what does the 10 of Cups mean to you, the Fool and Knights of Swords? And then you use a sentence to tell the story. How do they run together? Another way, okay, Shader, is to do a story. Take the Fool, okay? Take the Fool, and then you go through and you sort the cards out into their suits, right? So let me just choose one, and I'll show you. Let me just really quickly just do these quick. Let's see what comes out. So what I'm doing at the moment is a good way to learn the cards is to put them into this, sort them out into their suits, right? So for an example, So let's just do a few. It's not going to be very many, but it's going to be a couple. Okay, so you take the Fool and you go, okay, the Fool has met the Magician. What would the Magician say to the Fool? What's the Magician doing? He's got his one hand up, one hand down. Yeah, Kiara, yep. Wait a minute. So he's going, the Fool goes to the Magician. I'm on this journey. I've stepped out into the light. I'm young. I'm a student. Sorry, just get rid of the stuff that's on the screen so I can actually see. So, and the Magician goes, well, I've got a table full of tools. I've got a table full of tools at the moment. I'm using my tools to manifest what I want. So you're talking, so what's the Magician saying to the Fool? And then once you've done that, then you move on to the next card and then the next. So say the Empress. So what's the Fool going to say to the Empress? Or what's the Empress going to say to the Fool? The Empress is going to say, I'm sitting here, I'm lounging around, I'm a ruler, I'm beautiful, I care for that person, I care for this, I care, I'm caring, I'm mother, I'm like a mother. So what does the Empress say to the Fool? So that's what you can start to do. There's all those exercises are in my book anyway, and you can see them on my page, and you can read through. There's a tarot, the Fool's journey through each of the suits. So they're on the website as well. So Kiara. So whoever wants a question for a reading, yep, definitely. So what question, if you've got a question, please type up your question now. So that gives you some ideas, Shada, for approaching the tarot. Okay, to learn them intuitively. Some exercises that you can do, and have a look online. On YouTube, you'll find VRs, okay, video responses. Do the hashtag, things like, what character am I? There was one we did with charades, tarot charades, where we chose a card and we did a charade of that card. So there's tarot charades, and there's all sorts you'll find about the different decks. You'll find, like, there was one about choosing 21 different cards for the major, 22 cards for the major arcana, but from different decks you've got, and describe them and tell them why you like that card. That sort of thing, if you had different decks and things like that. But there's lots of VRs you can do too, Shada, in regards to the tarot. So have a look at the VRs. There's lots of things you can do. If you're learning tarot, do the VRs, the hashtags. Apps, you'll find them all on you'll find some on my site as well. We did, if your collection's growing a little bit with your tarot, you've got different tarot decks and that sort of thing, you can talk about what's your favorite deck, what was your first deck, why were you drawn to it. There's lots of things about, so people can get to know you, do a video response. It's a great way to get yourself started with your channel if you haven't already started. We just did one with your mugs, with the tarot, what's your favorite mug? And of course, this one was from my daughter, and I've got a few other, but they're all floral. And someone noticed, oh my God, your decks are all floral, or your mugs are all. But it's a great way to know get to know the community, the tarot community, as well, doing different things like that. I've just done show your pets, but I don't really have a pet except for my mum's dog. So anyway, if anyone wants a question, please, a reading, please put up a question. You're more than welcome to have a reading. I just like to chat and chill and share. And this Lenormand deck I created myself. I also created, I've created more decks, but I'm not going to show you them all tonight. I have shown them already on my channel, but I will show you. This is a tarot deck that I created. They're all on Make Playing Cards. This one's called Journey to the Crossroads. And there is a larger size deck as well. I just made a mini one. I love mini decks for me, but there is a larger one. And this is done with pastels on black paper. Okay. So this is a deck that I created myself, and it is available in different sizes on Make Playing Cards. It's not fancy. There's no boxes. There's no. You can download a little white book, and I'm still working on the companion book, the large companion book. But there is a little white book, a little white book that goes with it, which you can download. How do I keep my energy while reading? You've been good, sleeping lots, tired for no reason. Oh, everyone's feeling quite tired and very lethargic. I find because I work with my spirit guide, I seem to have quite a lot of energy when I'm doing, and I'm very protected. I try and find a sense of balance when I'm doing a reading. So, yeah. What do I need to know about my romance? Okay, the other deck I've got is my Vesta's Art Oracle deck. When I was working with Vesta, the Roman goddess, this is one of the decks that I created. This is my digital art. Some of photos as well. Just to show you quickly. So if I can create in Tarot and Oracle Lotteria Lenormand deck, so can you. Right, so Patsy, what do you need to know, guidance or messages about romance? Okay, deep breath, Patsy, nice deep breath. I get very hot two-shader when I'm doing readings, or when I'm working with, when I'm connecting with my spirit guide. But that's just the way I choose to work. You don't have to, of course. I just dropped a few cards, and I think it's just me being clumsy. Make sure I haven't lost any. Right. Okay, Patsy. Romance. Okay. This is talking about your romance. Okay, we've got woman. So it's being receptive as well. And being able to communicate clearly is super important. Also, too, with the fox. Okay, the fox can have many meanings and a few meanings. I say, and it normally talks about being clever, being a bit cunning. The fox can also talk about being creative and about opportunities. So looking for opportunities when it comes to the romance. Okay, being creative and looking for opportunities. And it could be about being able to communicate clearly. Being creative in the way you communicate might be really important as well. And being, this could be about you. Okay, within the relationship. So it's about acknowledging who you are as an individual as well. So acknowledging who you are, being able to communicate in a creative way to allow for new opportunities to actually come through. And it talks about a child or children around you in some way. So is there children? But it can also talk about something small. So maybe it's taking small action. So let's have a look. What do they expect to do with something small? Small. Okay, it could be clearing away the small amount of confusion you have at the time. So it could be, if you're talking about the child and the clouds together, could be talking about a small confusion. So maybe there is a sense of not being very clear about what you actually want or what you actually desire in the romance ability. So maybe it's about removing that confusion so you have some clarity in the situation as well, might be important. Okay. And I get a sense of being committed to what you actually want. You know, don't waffle about what you want. Be really clear about what you want in the romance sense. Okay? So it's asking you to be very clear about what you actually want in your commitment to what you want within the relationship. I think that's really important because at times we can find ourselves being a little bit waffly. We're going, oh, we sort of do, but we don't, and maybe we want this or we don't want that, or you're not quite sure. But if you can go, okay, this is what I want in the relationship. I'm really clear. I'm really committed. I'm really, really being creative about the energy I actually want. Clear about what you actually want will make a big difference, because the universe is going to bring you what are you focusing on? Okay, what are you actually focusing on in regards to the relationship? Because be very careful about what you're actually focusing on, because when you focus on the negative aspects, the universe is going to bring more of that negative aspect into your life. Okay, because that's what you're focused on. They don't know whether it's good or bad. They just know that you're focusing on it. Okay, so that's what you're bringing in. That's the energy you're bringing in. If you're focusing on the gossip or the worry or the stress or whatever else is going on, the chatter in your head, maybe your head's just full of chatter. I'm looking at the birds here, and I've got the owls on the screen here, and I'm going, oh, all the birds on the screen. I'm going, oh, maybe it's a sense of, all this chatter that's going on in your head. Maybe you've got a million thoughts, You're thinking, oh, I really like this guy, but you don't really know much about him, or you know what I mean? Or this person in your life, you're going, oh, yeah, I really, really like that person. Or I really want someone with the name of such and such, and you're not really clear about that. And there could be 2 or 3 people with that name, or you could be careful about binding someone to you as well, because you've got to allow yourself the freedom to actually be very clear about what you actually want, and make sure it's going to be for your highest good as well. Because sometimes we want things in our life, but we know they're not really good for us, but the universe brings them anyway, and it's a lesson that we have to learn. So it's about being really clear about what you want, being committed about what you actually want, so that you can remove the confusion, the small amount of confusion that you might have within the situation. It is about being able to communicate creatively in what you want as well. It might be very important. Okay, so I hope that helps you, makes a little bit of sense, something for you to work on, and allow yourself to really move ahead where you want to be. So I hope that helps. So that's that. So what did I show you? Oh yeah, so I've shown you the cards that I've created. The Journey to the Crossroads and Vesta's Art Oracle deck. There is a Vesta's Art Tarot deck as well, which is similar in regards to the digital art. So just to show you some of the images from this deck. It's got thank you, spiritual transformation, sacredness, stay focused, communication. This is called Magic Trick, looking beyond the illusion to create your reality. Strength, freedom, and power, vitality, passion, lust, eye of the storm. Angels are watching over you. Health, nutrition, and healing. Divine intelligence awakens my inner joy through self-love, unconditional love. Feathered eye. Time to be a little crazy. Miri or massage. So that's a sense of self-care. How do you choose to react to the situation? Your choice. Awaken my inner joy, peaceful bliss, and bliss. Explosion of thoughts. Push ahead. Opening the door to new possibilities, hopes and dreams. So you'll see summer photos, Some are digital art, abstract thinking. This is darkness and shadow self. Time to rest, open to receive. It's in alignment, clearing the heart. Warped perception, sitting in nature. The nature sit in silence. Higher thinking, animal totems. That's about working with the animals in a way. That was a photo, and I just played with it a little bit and created that out of the top of the sign. I within the truth, I within the truth. Spiritual of life, spiral of life, triple bodies, look within, awareness, balance, freedom, reflections on what is of value to you, universal earthly matters, that's Mother Earth, Father Sky, solitude, surrender, harmonization brings illumination. This is about abundance and bounty. I see you, so that's those that have passed are watching over you. Options and viewpoints, time to look within, and it's about travel. Oh, you're welcome, Patsy. Yes, Isabella. Message from your spirit guides. Any advice on your present situation? Let me have a look-see. So, Isabella, message from spirit guides. Okay, you've got your tree here. Now the tree is talking about your sense of health, and it's also about connecting to your ancestry as well. So I'm getting very much about it being connected to your ancestors. Might be really important for you at the time. Okay, and it's also about looking at your health. Your health could be very important at the time, making sure you're staying well, you're having well-being, you're staying well. Got the star here. The star is a positive card. It's definitely about a sense of what should I say? It's about your spirituality. Okay, so this could be about connecting to your ancestors within your own spirituality as well, which is quite cool. It's also about trusting in your guidance and what inspires you. Okay, so what inspires you in regards to your ancestry? Okay, what inspires you in regards to your health as well? Now you've got the snake here. Now the snake can remind us to be a little bit cautious, be a little bit aware of what's actually going on. The snake can also tell us to be aware of someone's betrayed you on some level. But I get a sense of just being cautious, being aware, and it could be in regards to your health and everything, and about your connection to your ancestry, your spirituality. As you open up, you might need to be aware of what's actually going on for you spiritually as you start to open up. Oh, okay. You've got a sense of security going on here. So it's maybe you might be finding yourself feeling like you're less secure at this time, and that's only because of the snake coming in with the house. I get a sense of being less secure with what's going on. It is about being, you've got this man coming into your life in some level. I don't know who the man is, but this definitely talks about a man coming into your life on some level, and it's reminding you to stay grounded as well. Now the anchor can also be about work as well. So is there something to do with your spirituality, your ancestral connection, about seeing, are you working from home as well? Could be about the anchor in the house, can be about working from home as well. So I don't know who the man is in your life, but there is a sense of working from home as well. That sort of seemed to stand out quite strongly when I looked at the anchor in the house. Talked about working from home. So you might need to be cautious and aware as you develop within yourself spiritually as well. Funny how these two cards coming up here, and a sense of your ancestral, whether you're talking about your ancestral and your health and all that sort of seems connected in some way, your well-being. I feel like there's one more card coming in, and you've got bear. Oh, okay, that's the sense of being protected. Okay, so that's why I talked about security, working from home, knowing that you're staying protected. You're staying, again, you've got that sense of staying safe, being cautious, being aware of what's actually going on around you, and actually allowing yourself to stay protected in some way. So, yeah, you get, I know it makes sense. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. I feel like I'm rambling. That's the thing with these readings I do. I look at them and I think, oh my God, I'm just rambling. And then you tell me, oh yeah, I get it, I understand it. I'm like, phew. You know, I get so like, it makes no sense to me whatsoever. And I think I'm making up stuff. And then you guys tell me, yeah, you make sense. And I'm like, phew, thank goodness for that. I was so worried about, you know, it not being, that it doesn't make sense. But I'm so pleased it made sense. Okay, cool. I'm pleased that made sense to you. Oh, thanks, Patsy. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm pleased that helped. I'm pleased that helped. Oh, you're so welcome, Isabella. So welcome. You know, like I say, I look at these cards and I start rambling and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm just making stuff, you know, am I so, that's one thing I love about Lenormand. They're just so, because of the words that you use in them, they're just so on concept. Like each card has its own concept and you can't really waver too much from that concept. So they seem to just be very spot, you know, they just seem to be able to deliver the message in a way that makes sense. So I'm pleased about this. It's trying to put the cards together to make a story, to make sense, you know. Fantastic. Well, it has been 2 hours, so I'm going to say an end to it, I think. Let me just put in this, just so that people know. Just, oops, wrong, that one there, I think. Oh, I don't think I'm taking a break. Let me get rid of that. There we go, that's better. So yes, I've been on for 2 hours. I have rambled about a huge variety of cartomancy. I've done lots of little collective readings throughout as well. I've shared a little bit about playing cards, shared a little bit about the different tarot decks, shared my decks, a couple of my decks that I've created. I've done a reading with the Echoes of Nature from Tarot Oracle. And I suggest you, if you're learning tarot or learning how to read cards, Tarot Oracle, if you watch him read the cards, when he reads every day at the same time, it is amazing. The way he puts the cards together are a really huge help. If you're learning tarot, he's really fantastic to check out. Tarot Oracle is brilliant. There are some other great readers out there, Mystical Cats, Kittens, Waits, and Tarot. There are some beautiful souls out there that are fantastic. Check out different tarot readers. It is a great way if you're learning tarot to develop in that. If you're interested in Kipper or Lenormand, and that, there is Geek Girl, and there's Georgina. Oh God, I can't remember Georgina's last name. But if you just type in Kipper or Sibylla or Lenormand, you're going to get some great names. Oh, Tarot Tribe. Oh, what's your name? Oh, there's so many amazing people that can read amazingly if you're wanting to learn. I have done some learning videos on my channel as well. If you're looking at Lenormand and you've looked at Lotteria, looked at different oracle, tarot, you'll see me reading as well. They might help. Don't know. Well, anyway, that's me. So I'm saying good night. Thank you for being with me. Totally appreciate it. Please like the video as well. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please ring the bell so you have notifications when my next video is on. I'm on every night. 2 hours ago I start. Oh, you're welcome, Patsy. You're welcome. Don't forget to check out my links on my channel. If you check out the links on my channel, it will take you to my blog. My blog has a tarot learning section, also has all the services. There are also some free downloads. Okay, now the downloads are tarot and oracle decks, Lenormand, different decks that I've created that you can use as a digital deck. Okay, I don't know what the quality's like for printing out, but they are, if you want to, do what you like with them, basically. They're there if you just want to add them to something like Orphalese.net, if you use Orphalese software for any sort of tarot software that you can use digital decks with. You can download the decks to do that. What else is on my site? There's so much information that I've managed to gather if you want to learn anything. Lots and lots of stuff, lots of posts, articles, my thoughts, my opinions in regards to tarot myths and superstitions, learning tarot, things that can help. There's tarot, Fool's Journey through the tarot, the different suits. There's meditation, there's reflections, there's working with the angels. There's my ebook, How to Enhance What You Already Have. There's certain chapters in that. I've got a few chapters on my channel as well for that. There's a section on craft and all that sort of stuff as well, music and stuff like that. Oh my God, there's lots and lots of information for you to check out. So thank you for being with me. Really, really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed the readings. Hope I've been able to give you some guidance that you've needed and to allow you to be empowered to make the choices that you want. Remember, this is about you, not about me. So this is about your choices. You've got free will. What you do with the information I've given you is totally up to you, your responsibility. And I love that about the readings. It is about entertainment as well. So I hope I've given you some of that with what I've shared. Take care. Blessed be. Good night. Thank you very, very much.